Welcome back to another episode of Reimagining Law, where we explore how legal professionals are adapting to delivering legal services to meet the needs of today's consumers. I'm Mark Palmer with the Illinois Supreme Court Commission on Professionalism. I'm joined today by Miranda Soucie of Spiros Law in Champaign, Illinois. Hi, Miranda.
Hello.
And Trent Bush of Ward, Murray, Pace, and Johnson in Sterling, Illinois. Good morning, Trent.
Good morning.
Thanks to both of you for joining me today. And we want to talk about Zoom in court hearings, Zoom in depositions, and other ways it's used as a tool specifically in the legal profession. Some attorneys, as you know, have hit the ground running with Zoom over these last few months especially, while others are continuing to really dip their toes in the water and get used to it. I want to hear from both of you, starting with Miranda. How has this changed your work life and how you interact with clients specifically?
Being forced into a remote work environment has really put a spotlight on some of the work priorities and inefficiencies that we've experienced. Working remotely has cut a lot into the noise that we were experiencing before between travel and having to get back and forth, taking clients out of their normal work day and bringing them into my office. So I've eliminated a lot of those interruptions and a lot of the travel, and I'm finding myself to be actually a lot more efficient. And as an added bonus, I'm getting a heck of a lot more time at home with my family.
I 100% agree with Miranda. It has made things in many ways much more efficient. The ability to quickly meet with a group of people and address whatever items you need to address. They are not interrupted with their day. You're largely not interrupted with your day as far as planning and travel and those types of things. So, of course, the biggest interruption has been for those with litigation practices. And we have tried to manage throughout, the last 10, 12 weeks to minimize that and do the things that we can do remotely while the courts have figured out what they're trying to do. But overall, it's been a much needed push towards efficiency.
Well, especially in our profession, we really value those personal, sometimes very private, intimate conversations we need to have with clients. And we just can't do that right now. But once you've gotten the basics to Zoom down and you've started to engage clients over this virtual platform, how do you find they've been receptive to that? And has it even in a way maybe benefited the way you service your clients, Trent?
I think it's almost kind of an icebreaker because everybody's kind of coming into it a little cold, and we're learning as we go. The same thing is true with judges and court staff. It really kind of loosens things up from the outset. So once everybody stumbles through the technical difficulties and gets the meeting underway, it's really an efficient way to do it. It's in some ways, it's a more personable way to do it because everybody feels a little more relaxed, I think, once they get started. And maybe it's just a sense of relief that they figured out how to use the app. But it's been, I like the face-to-face meetings as much as everybody else, but I really don't think it's adversely affected that very much.
I agree wholeheartedly. Actually, one of the things I've found is that by leaving the clients in their own comfort zone, whether it be at their work or at home, they're taking less time out of their day and making it a lot less inefficient for them to come to my office. And so I find them a little more open, a lot more receptive, and we get the appointment done in a lot less time. And so I think overall, it's probably benefited my clients more so than even myself. It's been a really good transition.
Yeah, those are excellent points. What specifically to using Zoom, and I'm thinking out loud to like depositions particularly, does this actually create some benefits to conducting like a deposition or the few court hearings you've done, Miranda?
I've found them to be far more efficient overall. And then I actually think the interaction between the witness, myself, opposing counsel, it tends to flow fairly well, all things considered. Once everyone sort of gets their comfort level with it, people put themselves on mute. You're a lot more focused. You're a lot more, in the moment because you're trying to make sure everything moves along correctly. And especially when I'm questioning witnesses that aren't my clients. When they're at home, I'm finding them a lot more open to answering questions as opposed to bringing them into my office in sort of this weird artificial environment.
Yeah, interesting. And sometimes a place they've never been before and uncomfortable. Yeah, good points. Both of you thinking long-term, big picture concepts here for the legal profession specifically, but I mean, frankly, for society as a whole. Is Zoom a temporary Band-Aid or is it really here to stay? What do you say, Trent?
I think it's here to stay. It will probably diminish as we are able to meet person to person, and courts are able to resume business as what may be the new normal. I think we'll start to probably have the cattle calls again at some point, assuming that the virus gets under control. But I think one of the best quotes I've heard about this, the legal profession is notoriously slow for making changes. It's notoriously slow for accepting changes. We're probably the only profession that routinely still has faxes in their office or fax machines. But it's not the change we wanted, but it's the change we needed. And I think that we're going to stick with it for large parts of our practice, and we should.
I'd agree with that wholeheartedly, especially in terms of little things that in retrospect, we've had this technology for a really long time. And now I get the clients on the phone and I'm talking about a settlement agreement or I'm prepping them for their deposition. I'm like, why wasn't I using this technology before? When I'm trying to explain numbers or I'm trying to go over documents, now I can share my screen, I can show it to them, and we can do the appointment in 5-10 minutes, as opposed to trying to bridge that gap over the phone. There are so many little things that I think it will be here to stay for.
So I know both of you have used Zoom a lot. You even taught CLEs, you taught other legal professionals, and I've been happy to be a part of that with you, with some organizations. What during that process, and as you continue to evolve this practically on a daily basis with Zoom and other products, what is kind of your main takeaways that you want to communicate to those legal professionals watching this?
I would say don't let fear prevent your progress. You got to start small, practice, educate yourself, but you can't be afraid to make mistakes or to not use the technology just because you're not familiar with it. I think the more you practice, the more familiar you're going to get, and you're going to wonder why you didn't do it sooner.
And that was the main point that we had made repeatedly throughout those CLEs. Practice, practice, practice. It's just like any other technology. You wouldn't go into the courtroom cold with a new trial presentation technology. You wouldn't do anything in a professional way without being prepared. The thing that makes Zoom so good to learn on is there's resource after resource available. There's quality short YouTube videos. Once you get the app on, it's simply a matter of playing with it, and you can learn a lot by just logging on yourself and working through the different features of it. And then you start adding folks for just normal everyday communications. You can, call your colleagues, call your coworkers, call your friends, call your mom. It doesn't have to be anything special. You can just practice with every little communication throughout your day.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I think people forget, I better practice this. I better get ready for a court hearing or deposition. Well, practice also means just using it, talking with your family, having chats with neighbors, hosting a trivia night, whatever it may be. That's still practicing Zoom as well. And also don't forget about your clients need to practice too, along with you. So they're ready and prepared to hopefully be streamlined in the process. Well, thank you, Miranda and Trent, for your very valuable input and for participating today. Thank you for all of you for watching. Please hit that like and share button. Check the comment section down below for more information about Zoom and what you can learn and how to keep up to date with servicing your clients and moving the legal profession forward faster and better. Thanks for watching, and be well.